Hello everyone, this is Bai. Today we are going to look at the simplest software interview question, FizzBuzz. FizzBuzz is a game played by two players in a way that they will have to count from 1 to 100, and whatever their attempt is, they will have to decide. If the number is divisible by 3, they will have to say out the fizz. Divisible by 5, they will have to say out the buzz. And divisible by 15, he will have to say out the FizzBuzz, and so on. So this is a question checking if the candidate know about the simple for loop and condition check. To solve the problem, we could have to break down the problem into two states. First, we could iterate from 1 to 100 by the for loop, and for each iteration number, we could check the condition if it is divisible by 3, 5 or 15 and output the corresponding result. So let me show you the code. Okay, this is where we are going to code, and this about command show the rule of the FizzBuzz. If it is divisible by 3, output fizz, by 5, output buzz, by 15, output FizzBuzz, and so on. If it is neither divisible by either of the above, then we will have to output the iteration number. So first, we'll just iterate from 1 to 100 and see the output for I in range of 1 to 101. So this is the Python syntax. The first element shows the start state included. So we will start from 1 and we will end to 100. So we need to input the 101, and that is the Python syntax. First, let's just print out this number and see if our code is working. So we could just type FizzBuzz, FizzBuzz.py. So it is working. It brings out from 1 to 100. So our code is iterating from 1 to 100. So next step, we could check if each condition is divisible by 3, 5 or 15. So to do that, we could write if the number is divisible by 3, then we could output the print fizz. If it is not, and if the number is divisible by 5, then you need to print out the box. If it is divisible by 15, then print out the FizzBuzz. If neither above are true, then we will have to print out the numbers. So here we will note it about, because for example, take 15 for example, it is both divisible by 3 and 5. So for the 15, it will just enter this fizz and escape this condition check. So for 15, it will just output the fizz and not the FizzBuzz. So to solve this, we could move this condition above and change that to the if and this one to if. So it will first check if the number is divisible by 15. If it is, then it will output the FizzBuzz. If not, then we will check for the condition of the 3 and 5. So this should work, and let's try and see this. So yes, the output is correct. We iterate from 1 to 100, and for the position of 3, they say the fizz. For the position of 5, buzz, 15, FizzBuzz, and so on. So this is we solved the FizzBuzz condition already here, but there's a better way to solve this. For the case of the 15, divisible by 15, we could understand it as the divisible by 3 and both divisible by 5. So this syntax is the same as divisible by 15. So we could work like this. So, but there is a better way to solve it, and that is first we will initialize this empty string, and we will append the fizz and buzz to this string if the number is divisible by 3 and 5, and so on. So for the condition of the 15, it is divisible by 3 and 5 also. So it will have the fizz append by the condition of 3 and buzz append by the condition of 5. Let's see about this. If number is divisible by 3, then let's append the fizz. If divisible by 5, let's append bots. So for the condition of the 15, it will have the fizz and bats already append. So we solved the condition for the 3, 5, and 15, and now we just need to check if the result string is empty or not. If it is empty, then we will have to print out the number. If it is not, then we will have to print out the result. Print out res as print out I. So we will have to print out the iteration number if it is not divisible by either of the condition above. So if it is, we will just output the result. And let's see about that. Yes, the code stay run and it is correct. So for that, we could just format our code like this to make it look better. And that is it. What we can do next about this is we will create a function and wrap this code to the FizzBuzz function. So to do that, we could just define the FizzBuzz function. And for whatever that comes later, we will intend it. And we could call this, I want to call it in a way that I want to call it in the terminal. So what I could do about this is we'll just define if the name is equal to main. So if I just import this from another Python file, we would not have to execute this FizzBuzz. So that's a way to avoid the confliction between importing and running this Python script in the terminal code. So let's see about that. If this works, it still works. So the main advantage of function is we could pass down the argument, right? So let's just pass in the number of times that we want to play the game. So it would be times plus 1. For the 100 times, we will have to input the 101. So that is it. So let's set this one to the default of 100. Whether in the case that we don't want to provide the value here. So let's check that if they work. So what can I do about this to make it more plausible is I want to just input something like I want to just output the file line here. So how do we achieve the number from the command line is we could just import the SYS module and we could argument value equal to the SYS dot argument v of 1. That means the argument from here is the first position of the argument, and it is this indicate the first argument, and the output value of this function is the string. So we need to convert it to an integer and pass that value to the function. And let's see about this. So it will just if we just type 5, it will just output 5 lines, and if we just type the 20 line, we just output the 20 lines. And that is it for today FizzBuzz. See you next time.